3.7 practice test. Remember, we have a test tomorrow, so I'm going to show you how to graph. 12 problems. There will be one extra credit that will be on the assignment from yesterday, graphing parallel and perpendicular lines. So let's start at number 1. This is already in y equals mx plus b. So remember, you start at that b. So this is a -1. So we're going to start at y equals -1. Start at y equals -1. So let me go down 1. Your slope m is 3. So I'm going to put a 1 underneath that 3 just to help me remember. I'm going to go up 3 times. I'm going to go to the right 1 time. So from my blue dot, I'm going to go up 3 and go right 1. So you only need 2 dots. And just draw a line to connect them. That's it. So number 2. So there's 2 things you can do for number 2. One, you can rearrange this so that it's a y equals mx plus b. To do that, you have minus x to both sides, and you get y is equal to -x plus 5. Okay. The other way to do this is with the intercepts. To do the intercept, you must write out x-intercept. Remember what x-intercept is when y is equal to 0. So then your x-intercept is x is equal to, or x plus 0 is equal to 5, and x is equal to 5. Your x-intercept is equal to 5. So then I'll put a dot at 5. Second part, y-intercept. Your y-intercept is when x is equal to 0. So I get 0 plus y is equal to 5. And you'll see that y is also equal to 5. So therefore your y-intercept is 5, which is up here. Then you can draw a line. So you can choose any way you want to do it. If you want to do intercepts, you can. If you want to do point slope form or slope intercept form, you can. Your choice. Okay, number 3. My hint is if the y is rated by itself, just do slope intercept form. So there's no number over here, so I can put a 0 over there. That's where I'm going to start at. So I begin at 0. Start at y equals 0. And then my slope is -3. I'm going to put a 1 underneath it. That means I'm going to go down 3. I'm going to always go to the right 1 time. So from my point, I'm going to go down 3 and right 1. Number 4. So number 4, the x and the y are on the same side. That's a hint that slope intercept is not the best way. Just solve using intercepts. Again, if you do want to use slope intercept, just minus 3x to both sides and you get y by itself. If you want to use the intercept, you have to define the x-intercept, which is when y is equal to 0. So I have 3x is equal to 2. So x is equal to 2 over 3. And see, like sometime like this, the intercepts don't work as well. For my y-intercept, that's when x is equal to 0. So I get y is equal to 2. There's y is equal to 2. Here is x equals 2/3 right there. So it's not in the perfect spot. So this one is actually better if you use, so slope intercept always work. X and y intercept sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. So if you introduce slope intercept here, like I said, minus 3x to both sides, then you get y is equal to -3x plus 2. So that means down 3, right 1. So here, down 3, right 1. And you'll see that this line actually goes through that point that we were talking about, your intercept. Okay, so two ways to do this one. Try the intercept, the x and y intercept. If you don't get a whole number here, then go to the slope intercept. Or you can just always do slope intercept and always get the right answer every time. Okay, number 5. So this one is tricky. I've seen a lot of people have a problem with this one. You must remember x equals -3. So this is your x. So I'm just going to go along that line. So -3 is over here. And your line is this way. Straight up and down. Because at every point, this line hits -3. If your line goes like that, that is y is equal to 0. Okay, number 6. So number 6, I'm going to start at y is equal to 4. That 4 right there. And then my slope is 3/4. That tells me that I need to go up 3. I need to go right 4 times. So starting at y is equal to 4, I need to go up 3 and right 4. So you see, if you go up 3, you're off the graph. I recommend just make another mark. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because you know what? In the real world, your graph will be a lot bigger than this. So just draw your line. Okay, number 7. I'm going to start at 3, at y equal to 3. Put a dot there. And then my slope is equal to -1/2. That tells me to go down 1 and right 2. So I'm going to go down 1, right 2. Number 8. We can use y-intercept, x-intercept on this one. X-intercept is when y is equal to 0, so you can just pretty much take that y away. So x is equal to 2 times 0 is equal to 4. And, you know, that's why that goes away, because 2 times 0 is just going to be 0. So x is equal to 4. So first step, I'm going to put a 4 there. Second one, y-intercept. Now y-intercept is when x is equal to 0, so you can get rid of that x. Because it's going to be 0 minus 2y is equal to 4. So the 0 goes away. I have -2y is equal to 4. Now to divide both sides by -2. And y is equal to -2. So now y equal to -2. It's right there. Now I can just draw a line connecting them two. So your choice on what you want to do. If you wanted to do slope intercept, you'll minus x to both sides, and then divide by -2 to every single term, and you'll get what you want. Number 9, y is equal to 2. So in this one, there is no x. So you can write this at like y is equal to 0x plus 2. That means start at 2, and your slope goes up 0 time, down 0 time, which means it's going to be a straight line. Number 10. This one you could do either slope intercept or you could do x and y intercept. So let's do the x and y intercept to keep it consistent whenever x and y are the same side. So pretty much we don't need that y anymore. So x is equal to 1. So I put a 1 on x equals 1 right there. For y-intercept, you don't need the x anymore. So we do have negative y is equal to 1. You got to make that positive. Divide both sides by -1. So y is equal to -1. So now I go to y -1. Then I can draw a line. Number 11. So I'm going to start at y equal -2. Put a point there. And then my slope is -1/1. So that's going to tell me to go down 1 right 1, down 1, right 1 be right there. That's my line. And number 12, I will use x and y intercepts for this one. X-intercept, when you use x-intercept, remember you don't care about that y. So I have 4x is equal to 0. Divide both sides by 4. So the x is equal to 0. So put a point there. Now y-intercept. So you don't need that anymore. So y is equal to 0. So in this case, you see that your x and y-intercept are the same thing. They're both in the middle. So in this case, you try the x and y-intercept, it doesn't work. Therefore, you have to do slope-intercept, which means a minus 4x to both sides. And you get y is equal to negative 4x. So negative 4x, that's my slope. My slope is negative 4 over 1. I mean down 4, right 1 time. So down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1. So again, slope-intercept always works, but if you kind of want to see, sometimes the x and y intercept will work pretty quick too. So it's really your choice on what you want to do.